Okay, we're back with Tom again, and he is now 6 months, well, more than 6 months post-op. He's one of our favourite patients because he is doing so well with his rehab. He's been so diligent, and he's got the results. And this is proof of when you do your rehab, you will get the results. Now, Tom has had his suprspinatus reconstructed over 6 months ago. He is now free to go with weights in the gym. Now, he used to lift heavy weights. He's building that back up. We've given a regime of where you need to start and where you need to get to, how much you need to increase that and by what week. That's all planned out from. So he can do shoulder press. Now, I'm just going to give you an example of 4 kilos. He can do, what are you up to, shoulder press, 10?
Yeah.
10 kilos. Now, he's being very conservative because he's not in a rush, which is really helpful because he doesn't have to overload it. Shows you shoulder press for me, Tom. So when he does a shoulder press, he's being quite careful about where he positions his elbow. He's not doing this sort of full military style here. He loves having his elbow forward a little bit. He's just getting his reconditioning going. He's got full range. He's got no problems. Of course, the left shoulder does feel a little bit different, right? Hey, it's been 6 months. He's not going to be perfect. He's got a whole 6 months to go to recondition his tendons and his shoulder to handle load. So these increments of increases are going to go very slowly. He can also do, of course, one of his favorites, which is deltoid or lateral raises, which he likes doing. This is only 2 kilos. He can do 3 or 4. So with this one, again, same sort of drill, but he's making sure that when he goes outwards, he's not internally rotating. So he needs to be sort of in an external rotated position when he does this. And of course, this is not for everybody at this stage, but for Tom, because he's put so much hard work in, he's, totally fun to us. His scapulohumeral rhythm is perfect, okay? He's got no difference left and right. He's got no winging. The scapulohumeral rhythm is, has no dysfunction at all. So when he does this, he's clear to go. But with this one, he still feels different. Now, what the difference is a little bit lack of external rotation range, not full range and not full strength. And I'll show you that. So if you ever stand for me, Tom, what we have in his program is like a maintenance regime, if you like. And we've put it into, okay, what are you going to do before back day? What are you going to do before shoulder day? What are you going to do before chest day, all right? And he's got all the things from his rehab he used to do, little bits, all popped in there that he maintains his shoulder with and tries to get better. Because if he doesn't and just does weights, it's going to never get 100% inside that shoulder. So what we're going to try and do is have a look at what his external rotation is like. And if you look at here, when he comes backwards and goes into external rotation at 45 degrees, come back for me, Tom, he gets the point where he sort of stops there. Okay, he doesn't quite have the full range going backwards, all right? Now, what he feels, and this is quite common for people, is it's right in the back. It's not in the front, it's right in the back, okay? And when we test him, when we reposition his shoulder, put some anterior glide on his shoulder, he's got full range. So is it a range issue? Is it a strength issue? It's a little bit of both. He's going to focus on making sure he doesn't increase this band. He keeps the external rotation at 45 degrees in his life, and he works on, when he comes back to here, he keeps trying to go, and get that full range. And then he comes back. So rather than just stopping where, it stops there and then trying to increase the band to get more strength, he needs to work on the range he's not got. So this can't be too heavy. So his mission is using his brain power to just pull back and get that last 10, 15 degrees of strength there. And that'll make a difference to when he is pressing and keep him going forward. So that's a really important one. Now, to help him with that, what we get him doing is a isometric load. And it is, if you've got that sort of problem, this is an interesting way of working out the difference, if you like. Have a jump on the front for me, Tom. So this is an exercise we had in this program a long time ago, and we're bringing it back because it's really helpful for him to use as a preloader, if you like. If we look at his right one first, he's going to do isometric external rotation. So he's going to external rotate his hand above his shoulder and then lift his elbow. What he's got to do is maintain that above the elbow at the same ratio. So if he's down on the ground and he goes up with his hand. You can see that ratio there. He's got to maintain that height there. So when he lifts this up, that's got to stay the same. Now what you're looking at, this is a good shoulder, right? Non-surgical shoulder. You see how high that is? He's doing well. And that's a 10-second hold. Now, if we look at this one here, which is his surgical shoulder, he externally rotates reasonably almost the same. Not quite. See the difference? Not quite as high. The difference is here. When he tries to lift, to get that up, see how he struggles there? He's just like, oh, I can't do that. And if he goes any high, he tends to start doing this sort of thing, okay? So he can feel that difference there. And what I want him to use is brain power, okay? There's no load here apart from his body. He's got to tell his brain to crank this up and get that fired up, and that'll be his prep for his external rotation one. He's got other things to do, like his internal rotation, his eccentric abduction, all sorts of things. But this is one that's going to really help him almost neuromuscularly fire that up, because some part of this is actual tissue strength, some part of it is a connection here. And if he can tap into that, work on that, he's going to do a better job in his rehab. All right? So this is a very important one we get doing, and making sure we tidy that up. He's got months to get this better as the weights go up. But as the weights go up, he's got to make sure this improves as well, because he doesn't want this to be left behind. Otherwise, he'll start running into strain and impingement problems when he's trying to do shoulder press, chest press, that sort of thing. So really important one for him moving forward. So the other thing we're going to work on is eccentric abduction. I'm going to show you that. Have a stand for me, Tom. So I like putting this one in, especially at where Tom is at. Again, it's one of those ones he was doing when I'll show you this way, when he was early on. He is doing the eccentric phase only. So what it allows him to do is work on his suprspinatus abduction function, okay? And remember, what he's feeling is, hey, you've had a tendon that's been surgically operated on. Of course, you're going to have a little bit of a tendinopathy in there, and that's exactly what he's feeling. He's feeling as though that tendon is not 100% like that one. But of course it's not. It's been 6 months. But he's got 6 months to get that right. He can go at his own pace. What he does is works on eccentrically doing abduction from about 60 degrees down. Very common one to work on post-surgically, one I actually absolutely love. His regime though is 6 sets of 6. So rather than sort of like 3 sets of 10 or 12, whatever, he's still getting the volume of say 36 reps or whatever he needs to do, but it's split up into 6 sets of 6 and allows him to have a longer rest period. Plus he's getting a rest period of the concentric phase, because he's only doing a negative there, and then he gets the rest period of the concentric phase, up he goes, and then dropping down, perfect. But because he's only doing 6 reps, he's also getting some rest. He's not over fatiguing it, which allows him to go as heavy as he can on that band without overloading it. So a really important one for him to do, if you think of like he's doing external rotation and he's doing abduction, which is the 2 things he's going to need in that suprspinatus to be able to shoulder press and chest press without future problems. So doing very well, but don't get me wrong, the reason he's doing well and the reason why he looks so good is he put in so much hard work. So if there's any inspiration for you guys out there, this is it. We'll see you next time.